Hello all. So if you don't know Haskell, or if you don't wanna configure the xmonad.hs file, there is only one way you can install Xmonad. So you have to steal, or you have to copy somebody else's configuration file from GitHub or GitLab or something. So today's video is going to be something like that. So I'm going to open up my browser. So here I have two pages open already. So this one, I'll put the links in the description. So this one is like an Xmonad configuration for using Xmonad with Polybar. So this is by this user, and this is his configuration file. So I have found this one writ written well, with good comments, like the right amount of comments, and you can edit this easily for your setup. So this one is excellent. You can copy this or modify this, even though like you are a new user. You can read all these things like my terminal urxvt, or you can read like my browser. You can all change all these parameters inside these codes. So it's relatively easy for you to configure all those things. So the next thing is, this one is the Polybar theme. So we are going to install this one also. So if you are on Arch, you can follow along. So if you are on some other distribution, you may have to do some you may have to change how you install Polybar or something like that. So you open up your terminal. Let me increase the font size so that you can view this one. So the way we are going to do this is, we are going to install Xmonad and Xmonad contrib. Along with that, we are going to install LX appearance and RxVT Unicode. So if you don't want RxVT Unicode, you can copy the configuration and change the my terminal. So after this, you can install this, and after this step is completed, you use your AUI helper and you install polybar-git. So if you do that, you can install your Polybar. So after that, we are going to create mkdir, a directory called .xmonad. So after creating this directory, we are going to open up our browser. This will open up the xmonad.hs file. So this is the xmonad.hs file. So we are going to open up inside our text editor .xmonad followed by .xmonad.hs. So we are going to copy this entire lines of configuration file. We copy that, then inside that file, like I'm going to do a dummy example, we are going to paste that, and you just do a save and exit. So after that, you open up your configuration. Like before that, you have to install your Polybar theme. So here you can see you have this link, clone, git clone. So you have to copy this and paste it in your terminal. After that, you cd into that directory. So you cd into this directory. After running this, you will have this directory. Then you cd into that directory. Then you do chmod +x. You have to give permission for the setup, and you run the setup as follows. After that, you will be having your theme installed, like Polybar theme installed. So going back, now I'm going to close this. Now we are going to open up our Xmonad configuration file. Yeah, so if I open up my configuration file, you can see like these are all the imports. So if you don't know Haskell, you don't need to worry about that. So we do this by piping the dbus output to Xmonad log or something. I'm not familiar how this script works, but it works, so you can use that. So if you go to like line 91 or something, you can see your startup hook. So in this session you have to like, here you will have home slash mic or something. You have to replace the username. In this portion you have to replace this line, like you have to remove this and replace it with your username, and you have to specify the path to your polybar. So you have to like .config polybar launch.sh and dash dash cuts. That is like whichever style you are using, you have to specify that over here. Then you can search like you have your terminal. Okay, if you go down this part, you have like my terminal. If you want, you can customize this to something like termite, terminate or something, whichever you use. If you are comfortable with this one, your xvt RxVT Unicode, you can use that, no problem. So here are your key bindings. If you want like if you're unfamiliar how to use Xmonad, you can read through the key bindings. Like if you use mod shift and return, it will open up a terminal. So for this one, the mod key is Windows key. So without wasting much of our time, we are going to log out of the BSPWM. So I have to change my Xmonad RC, and I'm going to like use Xmonad. So inside your Xmonad RC home folder, you have to create a .xmonad RC. If you don't have that one, you have to specify your compositor. So I'm using PyCom. Then I specify nitrogen for my wallpaper, numlock X for enabling my numlock, and that is that. So you do the modifications over here. Like I forgot to change, like I forgot to save, so I replace the BSPWM to Xmonad. Now if I do a startx, it's going to open up my Xmonad. So if I do like mod and D, it will open up D menu. So now I'm going to open up legs appearance, so I can pick theme or something if I want. So the next thing is I can open up my file manager. You can see that. So the thing is, if you use a terminal, like I'll show you how this thing works. Before that, I have to show you something. So you have to, if you go to your .config and your polybars configuration, you can see you have all this configuration for your polybar. Like these are the themes for your polybar. So if you open up one of these directories, you're having scripts. So all these scripts are for your buttons to work. So if none of the buttons work, like if you click something and nothing happen, you have to like, this is a power button. If nothing happens, you have to come inside this directory and you have to change the permission. Like you have to give executable permission for these scripts. So the way we do that is by opening up our terminal. Let me close that. So I'm going to open up Terminator, and I'm going to change my, like I'm going to close that one. I'm going to increase my font size. So we are moving to cd.config followed by polybar, and inside polybar we do an ls. We can see like we're having all this custom themes for our polybar. So I'm using cuts for this one. So I'm going to cd into cuts, and if I do an ls inside cuts, I have this directory called scripts, this one. So I'm going to cd into scripts, and if I do an ls, I'm having all these scripts. So for me all these things are working right now. So for this, for you, if these things are not working, like if the power button, when you click the power button nothing happen, or if you click this you don't have Rofi launcher or something, you can technically do a chmod plus x followed by a star to give executable permission for everything. Or if you need to specify some specific script, you can use like chmod plus x. If you just want power menu, you can use power menu.sh chmod plus x. So you need to have super user permissions, so you need to have sudo permission. So that's that. So this is going to be your Xmonad in a quick setup by stealing somebody else's configuration. So that's that. I hope you all have a wonderful day.